This is Gilgamesh. I want to talk about the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the 1920 German expressionist Gothic, I'd say Gothic film. It's kind of a horror movie. This is the cast right here. And what's great about I love about this movie is the way that the buildings, everything look like the twisted. And we have this story told from Francis here, and we get this flashback of what happened, and it is a silent film, black and white. I love black and white films. I love the fact that and the story is there's this Dr. Caligari who has this man, Caesar, or Caesar, who it's known as sleepwalking, but they give it a name. I cannot pronounce the name of the movie. Samba something. Yeah. And essentially, someone's killing people. We don't know who's doing it right away, and until there's a point where, because this Alan goes with Francis to where Dr. Caligari, shows off Caesar, who looks asleep, and he'll while he's under hypnosis, he'll answer a question, and Alan asks, "When will I die?" And he says, "Tonight." Later that night, someone breaks in his home and stabs him to death. And of course, Dr. Olson and Alan decide to investigate, find out about Dr. Caligari, and so they go, they're investigating him, and I think it's Alan sees him with what looks like Caesar. And the thing is that at that time, while he's doing that, and Jane and Francis and Alan and Francis both had feelings for Jane. Well, that night, while he's being observed, we see Caesar break into Jane's room, and he's proceeding to kill her. And of course, she screams, and he runs away and dies of exhaustion. And they find out what's in the coffin was just a dummy. So they take Dr. Caligari into they follow him into a mental hospital, an insane asylum, and turns out he's the director. Well, in a twist to this whole movie, like I said, at the beginning of the movie, it's all being told by Francis. It turns out, when we come back, it turns out Francis and Jane are patients in this mental hospital, and and Dr. Caligari is really, he really is a doctor, and at the end of the movie, he tells, Francis, attacks, and he gets restrained, and he reveals, "I now know what your psychosis, what your problem is, and I can help you." That's how the movie ends. It's actually well made. It still holds up. It's only 51 minutes, so it's not that long. It's on Amazon Prime if you want to check it out. I love this. Like I said, I like these movies from that period. This and Nosferatu, and I'm watching Metropolis, the original Fritz Lang film. They actually found a way to they actually restored the film, because in Germany that movie got heavily censored, and so they had a hard time trying to restore this movie back to its original. I haven't gotten through it. It's a long one. It's like really long for a film of its period. But this movie is fascinating for the fact that the way that this movie is told, at that time, flashback type movies, it's more common now, but you look at how the story is told, and it's like, it's that style of filmmaking in Germany back then. You wouldn't find a movie, this movie being made nowadays would not be made the same way that this was made, and it would be a totally different. I think they did remake a movie, but it's not the same as, back then. And like I said, you could watch this over and over and still enjoy it even after seeing how it ends. By the way, that is actually how the movie ends. Is that it turns out that yes, Francis and Jane Olsen are patients in the mental hospital. Unlike when he was telling the story. Oh, there's a bunch I left out. It's one you want to really see, because this one it's one you have to kind of watch, because me explaining the movie kind of doesn't it doesn't help, because I'm kind of like bad at trying to explain everything. But yeah, this is a gothic. The look of it is very much that expressionist German. You could say not really gothic. I wouldn't really call it gothic, or it's expressionist. You might say horror, but it's really more of an expressionist film, because of the way that in this town the buildings are designed and everything is twisted look. But I enjoyed everything about this movie. It's one, once you see it, you realize, wow, this is really well acted, for a silent film. Yeah. And you can watch it, and there's no, the music, there's music, but you don't have to understand what's saying to understand the movie. So, yeah. I do highly recommend this. This is going to be a shorter review of the movie, so please go watch this movie. This is just my recommendation. This is Gilgamesh. I'll talk to you later. Bye.